What if your whole YouTube setup was just lost, but you could recover less than 10 pieces of gear? What would it be? Kamusta kapatid? Fam, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Mike, US nurse and videographer, and on this channel I talk about my personal passions, long distance relationships, minimalism, life experiences. But I also want to share with you what I get now if I was starting all over again as a young professional eager to spend his money on camera gear. I have a decent amount of gear that I could buy a car, and that's not flexing, it's just to show that I really am passionate about making videos. And I've struggled a lot with this because I've gone back and forth with my finances and like, ooh, I need to pay the bills, so maybe I need to sell off my gear. And I tried to set myself straight and get my finances in order, but that never really happened, so I get into debt. It's a mess. So if you're starting out, be happy with what you can get. First up, my 13-inch MacBook Pro and my 2TB SanDisk SSD. I mostly stuck with the Apple ecosystem because I wanted to edit on Final Cut, and I knew that it wasn't subscription based as opposed to Premiere. Yeah, I wasn't making that kind of money to be like, hey, I want to spend $20 a month on Premiere to edit movies. And I started out with Windows Movie Maker, so you're gonna try to convince me to go spend $20 a month. Fortunately, you don't even have to go that route. You can download DaVinci Resolve, which is for free, and there's pretty good high quality editing. But other than that, I genuinely enjoyed the experience of just working on a Mac. The trackpad, keyboard shortcuts, so good. Next up, my A7S III and my Sony 24-105 f4. I just like how both of these cameras are just versatile in all their features. The A7S III has its punching in, its clear image zoom, and nearly limitless custom buttons. Specs are amazing for just a small package, 4K 60 and even 120 frames per second, you know, for that slow mo stuff. It's got a flip screen for minimal carry, but also maximal use for filming yourself, filming in different low light, and it's good for filming in different low angles, high angles. And I gravitate towards the 24-105 because I go back and forth between the wide shots and the telephoto shots, the wide and the far, and sometimes 50mm, my favorite focal length. I'm just so used to capturing and documenting stuff from my church and capturing children for youth ministries during Vacation Bible School. This focal range was just, so good. The Aputure AL F7 LED light. It's quite the little package of a light. I personally don't like LED lights shining directly on me, but I would use this and bounce it off a wall or figure out some way to just have light. And instead of just having one of these, I would get two of these. One for a key light and maybe another one for like a rim light or a hair light, or just stick it somewhere in the background, give it some life. And these are travel friendly. Peak Design camera strap. It's easier to carry my camera, although I'm not a fan of using a camera strap, but since I shoot both photos and videos, not that bad. You can use the camera strap as like a third point of contact, 1, 2, and then around your neck, 3, and that will help keep your footage stabilized even if you're walking and hand holding. The Peak Design camera backpack. I haven't sworn loyalty to a camera backpack, but I do enjoy the products of Peak Design. For now, this will be sufficient for my carry. I much prefer a flat lay kind of experience when accessing my gear rather than side access. Peak Design travel tripod. I promise I did not swear my loyalty to Peak Design, but I really enjoy, again, their products. This tripod, though expensive, it's the bomb. Easy to set up, easy to break down. The weight is even easy to manage. All this stuff could fit into a backpack. The least, at least, that I could say if I were to have my YouTube studio all gone. After I got my first nursing job, I used my credit card and bought a MacBook Pro 15-inch, a demo version at a third-party Apple store, and I spent $100 on Amazon for a cheap studio setup with 2 soft boxes and umbrellas, lights, stands, and it already came with a backdrop. I already had a camera, a DSLR, the Nikon D7000, and that was paired with the 35mm f1.8. If I only knew what I knew now, I could have saved much money and just used the gear until I couldn't no more. But if I was starting all over in today's market of 2021, as a new nurse who saved appropriately for his gear and was ready to buy his basic kit, I would get this stuff. The Sony A7C, it's got the flip screen, it's got the full frame, and unlimited record time. So if I'm recording videos like this, I don't have to wait like 30 minutes, pause. So like recording videos like this does not take me 30 minutes, it takes me longer. So I don't have to worry about the camera stop recording. For a lens of choice, I would go with the Sony 24-105 f4, just again for the versatility of the focal lengths. For my computer of choice, I would go with a MacBook Pro M1 version. I haven't tried it out myself, but it seems like the performance for the price is well worth the money. Yeah. And after this is already the part where I break the bank because this is already like nearly $3,000 to $5,000 worth of purchases. That's a lot of overtime. Once you have your gear, just use it. Gear is nice, gear is beautiful, but don't let it paralyze you from doing the thing that you meant to use it for. The whole point of having a minimal setup is to get maximum returns. Minimal gear could be your limitation or it could be a creative challenge. Alright, that's it for the video. I may have talked about one of these pieces of gear before. I will link a video to those. If you'd like a little bit more gear videos, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, I will just leave some videos here for you that may or may not be pertaining to gear. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.